It should cost $1 billion to look this. I see you want it and you're coming for me.
Hey guys, back with another episode of R2S, Road to Success with Lyric. And I know it's been over a week. As you know, or I don't even know if I mentioned it last video, so I traveled to go to Oklahoma to see my best friend um, and her kids. It was my nephew's 15th birthday, and there was a big quinceañero to celebrate his 15th birthday. So that was great, but I came back home sick. And I woke up the next day with no voice and everything else. And imagine having asthma and the weather is changing on top of that. Yeah, no, it's been I've been down bad. Anyways, still working on getting better. The last part is just mucus, if anything, but I'm okay. Neither here nor there. There was a lot of delays too, so I'm not sure if I got sick while I was there or just sick in the midst of dealing with flight delays. Because I definitely got delayed in Texas twice. Okay. Dallas was trying to hold me. Like, do you want me to move there or what? Like, chill. But yeah, it's been a interesting week or two, but here we are with another episode, better late than never. Um, what else has been going on? Outside of travel, getting sick. So where I want to go with content, I really was trying to press hard to stop filming on my phone and use my camera. As soon as I was about to film, charging, a whole bunch of stuff happened. So nevertheless, we're still filming with that, but I do want to move forward with my content. I want to work better with my lighting or figuring out the scenery of how I want to do this because I don't want to continue to do this forever. This is just a part of me just telling myself just do it to get there. Um, also, just a little tidbits of life lessons happening in the midst of all of that. Me trying to grow, to go to work, build my career back up to better than what it was, so that I essentially just don't have to go backwards again. It's really just relearning life lessons because I spent a lot of my childhood or my adulthood trying to prove myself to other people or trying to satisfy other people. And all it did was hurt me in the long run, mentally and emotionally. And when you go through something so many times and you see it happening again, sometimes that can trigger you and you feel a certain type of way and you're like, we're not doing this again. And it's made me be quiet with a lot of things. And now I just have to be like, okay, Corliss, you gotta focus on yourself. Like, which has been the task and goal. It's just me, myself, and God. But I know that I cannot procrastinate with my time. Like these past 2 weeks, being dealing with being sick and trying to get myself back on the footer. Like I usually get up at like 4 or 5 in the morning. I haven't been doing that. Like my body has just been like, no. And I want to get back on my routine and start, working on this production so I can start back filming. I want to get back in the film industry. I want to get back into my music and everything else. I want my own thing. Okay, that was always the goal for me since I've been in maybe middle school. I created my business plan when I was in maybe eighth or ninth grade, and I've just been inner growing with it the entire time. And I've achieved a lot over the time. And I guess, you just feel like you've achieved something that's never enough. And everybody's like, oh my God, congratulations. But you're like, this isn't it. I've also learned that I need to live in the moment and enjoy those moments because there's a lot of moments that I had like that I didn't per se enjoy fully because I was so worried about my next move. Um, it's okay to focus on what you need to do next in order to continue to grow, but maybe enjoy the moment. And I didn't. And it's made me think about my choices, my relationships with people, and or just that and then not running after people. That too, like I care about the people that have surrounded me or have been there for me, and sometimes that can mess me up too because sometimes people see that or see whatever I'm going through and they take advantage of that. So it's like, all right, Corliss, that ain't it, you know. Like, there has to be some type of reciprocation, and if there isn't, or communication, because I'm really big on communication. And if I can't communicate with you, or we can't communicate with each other, or I know for sure that neither one of us is hearing each other, I'm going to stop. Because, well, the one thing I'm not going to do is go back and forth. And I'm not. And I think just again, life lessons throughout me trying to figure out and better myself, and also just trying not to repeat history, because I learned that lesson one time. I don't want to learn it again. I'm sorry. I, I'm not. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that with any piece of my life, with family, with friendships, with love, with my career, with my goals, my dreams. No procrastination station happening. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm not enabling anyone, myself, and you know what I'm saying. I want to make sure I hold myself accountable. And baby, I'm no angel. Okay, I'm gonna make mistakes, but the last thing you're gonna do is play with me. Okay, so and I'm not gonna play about myself. And I've minimized myself so many times in in so many arenas. Are like, oh, I can't do this. Even with this content, I can't do that. Or I see somebody else, and then I had to really just separate myself from all the things, and focus on me and stay to myself. Because when you, just like some of you, I see a lot of content where people post and they're like, oh my gosh, I follow everybody and I want to do that and I want to do that, but I'm like, oh my god, I can never do that. And you don't do it. But you say you want to do it, but have you made any steps to move forward with it? Your content is not going to be A1 perfect. Hello, look at this. But it has to start somewhere. And so you can gradually progress, and you can go back and look at me like, oh my God, look how far I've come. Ooh, look at me, look at my hair, look at, or, or whatever I did to present myself on camera. Any of those things, I'm probably gonna look back at this later and be like, oh girl, what is this? You know. But as a woman who has changed multiple times and had to start over multiple times, it's okay to do all of those things, because life is going to happen. And if you're not evolving, then what are you doing besides existing? um, yeah, those things. Having the time to really sit still with yourself. This is what happens. And sometimes you have to sit and cry and let it out, but don't sit in it. Don't sit in your feels. Don't sit in the thoughts and sulk in them and then just not go anywhere with it. So yeah, I this video has definitely took a turn. I just, and that's where my mind has been this past couple of days or a week or so, whatever. Just, traveling, visiting family, and I mean, because my best friend's family is pretty much, I feel like that's my family. I've known them since I was in second grade. I don't know anything else. You can't tell me. So just being around family, and traveling, getting sick, and whatever else has been happening in the duration. And then my dad's birthday is coming up soon, and I'm like, oh, like, and you know, he passed a few years ago, so it's like I still celebrate his birthday or whatever. Um, excuse me. See, I told you I'm still dealing with sinuses, but I'm like, I'm learning how to move, because I learned that grief is forever. It does not change when things like this happen. So it's just like my life is 100% different than what it was, and it's still changing for sure. Ooh, I don't want to start crying, but ooh, I don't cry on camera. Anyways, just go with it. Change is not easy. It's gonna hurt, but it's needed. Anyways, I'm gonna get off this camera. You guys have a good week. See you next week.